Welcome to today's special segment where we have our head of media, Mr. Dismus Makanda. We're going to talk about a campaign that has been running on Hope Media, a campaign called Rafiki Mso. We'll just want to take some few minutes to talk about Rafiki Mso. Karibu sana, Mr. Dismus. Karibu sana to our show today. And kindly, will you tell our viewer what has been running about this Rafiki Mso? The campaign has been uh, going on radio, Hope FM, TV, Hope TV, and the digital platforms. Will you kindly tell us what is Rafiki Mso?
Thank you, Dickens. I'm glad to be on this platform today just to talk to our viewers and our listeners about what we do at Hope Media. Probably it's important to just let our audience, listeners and viewers, to know who is Hope Media. Hope Media is a national media house where we broadcast both on TV and on radio. Radio is Hope FM, and TV is Hope TV. God has allowed us to be in this space for about 20 years now, and we are truly grateful. We have seen what the Lord has done amongst our listeners and our viewers. It's an outreach arm of CITAM, fully owned by CITAM, to be able to broadcast to the whole world about Christ and what Christ can do in the lives of people. And therefore, for us to be able to go on air, we've had a lot of input from the ministry, that is CITAM, who have invested immensely for the last 20 years in terms of equipment. Dickens, when you go to our studios, we have one of the very sophisticated studios and equipment in this country in terms of broadcast, and the ministry has invested quite a bit in that area. We also have broadcasting sites across the country where we have our FM transmission sites, where we transmit in a number of locations. We are not in all locations, but largely, almost 75% of this country are able to listen to us on Hope FM. We also have people who are our biggest resources. And therefore, the ministry has also invested in talented people, but not only talented people who are born again, who love the Lord. When they go on air, who prepare adequately. And therefore, for us to be able to do this, we need resources. So all this time, we have been on air because of people who have partnered with us, mostly through CITAM, people who give their tithe and offering to CITAM, and that money is used to run the ministry. And one of the ministries, Hope Media. We have people who are not members of CITAM. They don't actually tithe or give to CITAM, but they directly listen and watch what we do, and therefore they have come on board for many years to give to this ministry. And we decided to come up with a community. We are calling them Friends of Hope. People who love what we do, people who believe in the message of Christ, who believe that the ministry we do through airwaves, holistic content, blesses many people. And therefore, these people, we call them Friends of Hope, and they have been giving to us for these years. So towards the end of September, we decided, why don't we give an opportunity to many more people? Just open up a platform where we can have more awareness about what we do. So what we did, we began with just showing people what has been the impact. We went across the country, counties, we went into villages.
That is September 2023.
September 2023, telling people how have their life been transformed through Hope Media. And for those who have been watching us and listening to us, you might have seen the testimonies, people confessing that if it was not Hope Media, if it was not Hope FM, Hope TV, then their lives would not have been transformed. So after we did that, then we said, can we give an opportunity to a number of people across the country? And we have viewers and people who listen to us in the country and outside the country. And therefore, we decided to do a fundraising, a targeted fundraising, to allow every person to plug in. And therefore, we called this campaign 100 for 1. Maybe those who are watching and listening may be wondering, what is 100 for 1? Basically, we were saying, if you are able to give us 100 shillings, we can be able to reach one more soul. If we had, say, 2 million people who were able to give us 100 shillings, then we will be able to raise money enough to be able to go to places where we have not been. And therefore, we were saying for any person who plugged in during this period, we are calling them Rafiki Mso. Rafiki Mso basically is a strong friend that you have, but also Mso in other language in Kenya here, Mso means 100. So basically, 100 for one, Rafiki Mso. A fundraising campaign that has been on, and this is our last month.
Why just 100? Why 100?
We believe that every person who listens to us matters. Sometimes when you talk about fundraising, people think about 10,000, 1 million. But we believe for every Kenyan and non-Kenyan who listen to us should be able to plug in so that they know that this is their station, and therefore we are telling people who are in the villages, and we knew that any Kenya has ability to be able to raise 100 shilling if they are working or they have an income, so that they become part of this story. It's a story that we wanted every person be part of. And therefore, we have seen young people who are in colleges, who have just plugged in and have made this part of their life. Today, when you talk about Rafiki Mso and the song that we hear on Hope FM, people will know that this is the time to give. And I've seen anytime we play that song on Hope FM or on TV, we see many people plugging in. People just go on their phones, and we see people who are devoted. Some of them have sent us messages saying, I've given 100. Others have sent out saying 10,000. I was amazed when I saw one of our listeners giving 100,000. Because of what we were doing, is say, I believe in what you do, and therefore I want to reach out to a little bit more people. And he gave out 100,000 Kenya shillings, Dickens.
Okay, Mr. Makanda, would you say now the campaign has impacted, or you have reached your target? For example, you started in September. You said September 2023, and then we are in December 2023. So far, how is the campaign?
We have had a huge impact, Dickens. There are many people who did not know the story of Hope FM and Hope TV. For the 20 years we have been on air, there are a number of people who just thought probably it's a place where we play music, and probably a place where we read news, or we have programs running. But opportunity to allow people whose life have been transformed. Somebody who was in the hospital for more than 6 months, and he tells us that the only companion he had was a Hope FM. People who were on the brink of giving up in life, some wanted to kill themselves, and telling us, when I listened to that program, my life was transformed. So number one is in terms of the testimonies that we have received, because we opened it up willingly for people to come and give testimonies, either on radio and TV. And for those who have been watching, you've been able to see that. We have talked to leaders who have had platforms. Some of them have been content providers who have come on this platform. There are times on some of our programs, we are able to reach out to about 400,000 people within 1 hour. Dickens, I don't know how many people you need to sit down in some of our assemblies to be able to make that kind of impact. 400,000, when you look at some of our biggest assemblies in the country, that could be about 80,000 sittings for you to be able to reach out. So the ministers who have come here, they will say, they will travel out of the country and they say, I heard you on Hope FM. I heard you on Hope TV. So the leaders who have had an impact on this platform, men and women who have given their life to the Lord, the young people, we have quite a bit of content around young people on TV and radio whose life have been transformed. On Fridays and weekends, when young people are looking at a place to go, there's a space where you have clean content, you have family content. On Sundays, we are running one of the leading content that targets ages between 5 to 10. So the impact has been significant during this time because awareness was high. Number two is that we've had people who have given. I mentioned to you that people gave up to 100,000.
Sure.
Our target was to be able to reach 2 million people giving 100 shillings towards the ministry. I can tell you, when you look at the numbers, what we were getting before is almost 4-5 times. When I look at the numbers that people were giving towards this initiative in January, and when you check between September and December, close to 4-5 fold what you were getting before. So in terms of resources, we have been able to have an advantage of raising some money that is designated specifically to expand our reach, to allow our audience, those who are online, or currently we are working on our online infrastructure, our website, our social media pages, to ensure that the quality, the content, the transmission is high. Number two is to ensure that locations where we are not, especially Hope FM, we've had a lot of our audience who travel from Nairobi when they go up country, especially now during Christmas. Many people will be traveling towards up country. You travel on a road, say for example, you're going to Kitui, and somewhere when you're heading towards Mwingi, or you're going towards Mwea, or you're going towards Narok, or you're going past Kisumu towards Busia, you find the frequencies are not strong. And therefore, these resources, in the coming few months, we have targeted locations. Some of the locations we've targeted to be able to expand, number one is Lower Eastern. So I want to assure our people and our audience, the listeners from Lower Eastern, if you have not plugged in, no, this is your stake. We will be expanding our reach to Lower Eastern, Dickens. We are also planning to expand our reach, some parts of Western where we are not very strong. We are planning to expand our frequencies in Nakuru. You realize when you drive from Nairobi towards Nakuru, somewhere around flyover, you find the frequencies are not very strong. We will be expanding that area. So basically, the resources that have been given by our listeners and the people who view what we do and have plugged in, all that amount, the Ministry of CITAM will dedicate it towards expansion and reaching out to more people. Dickens.
And will you say the campaign is still ongoing, or maybe it has a time frame?
Yeah, the campaign was running for 4 months. And allow me just make a call. Probably we may just hit our 2 million during this program. If you're watching us, and maybe this is the first time you're hearing about Rafiki Mso, 100 for one. We are saying 100. If you didn't hear me well, it's 100 shillings. You simply get to your M-Pesa. The pay bill number is very simple. 933 933. I can repeat that again. Just go to your M-Pesa number. Account number is 933 933. And then you put in FOH, Friends of Hope, and then give your 100 shillings. The campaign is ending on 31st of December. We have a few days to the end of the year. And this will be a gift. Probably you've been wondering, how do I celebrate this Christmas? How can I bless a life? I want to give an opportunity that with your 100 shillings, even as you watch this live broadcast, you may be the one that God is using to reach out to 1 or 2 people. You may want to give out to 100 people. It's basically simple. M-Pesa 933, and then account number is FOH. FOH is Friends of Hope.
Okay. Now, as we finalize our interview, maybe just a last question. What message will you tell a friend of hope? Or maybe there's someone who, after listening to you, will want to partner or come in and be a friend of hope. What's the criteria, and how will you tell that person?
I think first it's important to acknowledge strongly, again, allow me to repeat, that there are people who have given to us. We get to go through these numbers on a daily basis. We interact with them, share with them feedback. Let me, on behalf of Hope Media staff, management, and the board, and the entire leadership of CITAM, to tell you thank you for giving your resources toward this ministry. Your resources will be used in the right manner. We have very accountable leaders in CITAM, structures that will allow every coin that is given by anyone is put to the right use. And therefore, receive our gratitude. We are so grateful that you took time to set aside your resources and give to this ministry. We are committed to change the space in media through holistic content, a place where a whole family can sit for 24 hours and your lives are transformed. But also, you may be a leader watching this or listening, and you have an institution, an organization who believe in what we do. You believe that media is the space where we will transform the world. You have an opportunity to write to us or get in touch with us, go to our website and tell us you want to be a partner. This will go on beyond this year, and therefore we will be getting in touch with you and telling you how else can you be able to partner with us in the coming days. But the individual people were able to give, the space is open. If you can't give this year, next year we welcome you to be part of this process, part of this campaign, part of this journey of transforming the world through holistic media.
Thank you, Mr. Makanda, for your time, for making time for this special segment on Rafiki Mso campaign. And from our studios here, I would want just to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And just to remind you that if you have not been a Rafiki Mso or you haven't given the 100 shillings to the Rafiki Mso campaign, just take out your phone, go to the M-Pesa section and pay bill section, and then put the number 933, and then use the account number FOH, which means Friends of Hope. Thank you so much for doing that and for your time. My name is Dickens Luvanda, and thank you so much once again for being a Rafiki Mso.